This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers Game Reviews. Here following the Edmonton Oilers versus Chicago Blackhawks game, of 6:30 start. And well, ladies and gentlemen, you see a 3-1 finish in favor of the Blackhawks after this one. Now, I think number one, what we have to say is, yeah, you know what? We loved the streak. The streak was good. Now it's a hope that the streak doesn't start going the other way. But there's a lot to break down in this game because there's a lot of, I don't know if it's the game within the game that really cost the Oilers tonight, or what you could say that really cost the Oilers. I think number one for this Oilers team, what really did them in this night, and we had a couple guys saying it in the live chat of the live stream, is the simple fact that puck management was an issue. And what I'll get at, and what I mean with that, is that second period, for about 10 minutes straight, it seemed, I might be wrong, it might have only been 8-7-6-5 kind of deal, the Oilers would push the puck forward out into the neutral zone, and within seconds, like not even a second, split seconds, Chicago would turn it over, get it back into the zone, the Oilers would have to try again. And that happened 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times in a row in that second period. And that was possibly where this game got away from the Oilers in terms of this one ending up being a loss. Now, yes, already you do have a Mike Smith bad goal against. You have a couple of things that went wrong for the Oilers this evening. You have Patrick Kane being an absolute sniper and Mike Smith falling over backwards like he was beating the Stanley Cup final and on a slap shot goal from the point. But, guys, just is what it is here. As you know what, I'll get to the scorebook because this is where we'll kind of make hay with what I'm trying to say here. Like I said, 3-1 final for the Chicago Blackhawks. 35 shots on goal, 28 shots on goal for the Oilers, so 35 for the Blackhawks. So you really can't fault Mike Smith as bad as it sounds, because Mike Smith did an alright job getting 94.941 save percentage, 32 shots against, or saves on 34 shots against. So 2 goals against, not a bad night for Mike Smith, although I think without that mistake from him, I think this game would be completely different overall. Now for Corey Crawford had a fantastic night, 27 saves, 28 shots against, 1 goal against, fantastic night for him. Okay, that's fair enough. Well, what we have to get to is now the summary, and it's as simple as this. For the Oilers, no scoring in that first period. Both teams, slow game. It really wasn't even that great. I think the biggest thing that happened in that first period was Jujhar Khaira and Andrew Shaw. If that was at that second, hold on, let me double check my scorebook because I'm trying to make sure I get things right. Yeah, so Jujhar Khaira happened in the second period. But the Oilers had 2 power plays. That's what I want to get at, is the 2 power plays in the first period. And if you want to start talking about where this hockey game got away from the Edmonton Oilers early, is the simple fact that we got 2 glorious first period power play chances, and we just absolutely did nothing with them. It was a night where we couldn't set up an attack for 90% of the evening. And sure, okay, that's going to happen night to night. But when you've been writing as good of a story as the Oilers have, and riding a power play as hot as they have, you expect a different result than what we got tonight out of those first 2 power plays. I mean, yeah, sure, I'm not expecting a goal every time, but the first power play, we didn't even have a shot. We didn't set up a zone possession for more than 20 seconds. I think Nuge's crossbar was the biggest thing to happen on those first 2 power plays of the game. So, okay, right there, right? The power play killed you in the first period. It was a feeling out process, and we let that get into our game. Okay, Danny, that's another thing noted for the Edmonton Oilers in this hockey game. Well then, okay, let's get on a little bit more to the defensive side of the puck tonight. Mike Smith was phenomenal. 1 mistake, we'll get to that in a moment when I recap the scoring. But the defensive lapses at times tonight, kind of a scary go. And I mean, if anyone wants to say Adam Larsson would help with any of those D lapses, I'm sorry. Those are D lapses Adam Larsson makes nightly. Okay, that's to the point. I'm not about to have any of that tonight. But then we get into the second period, and Patrick Kane takes a face-off win from Dylan Strome and risks it top corner on Mike Smith through traffic, not faulting Smith. It's a 1-0 goal. There was no concern. You can't be concerned about a 1-0 goal, especially after the way the first 5 games of the season went. Well, then you get into the third period. Again, the defensive lapses have kept happening. And what I can say, Bear battled it all night tonight. Ethan Bear had a rough go start to finish. Not that I'm saying he was bad. It's just, it's going to happen as a rookie defenseman, so it was what it was. Alex Nylander, 6:20 into the third period. Guys, this is ultimately the one that sunk us. This is the game-winning goal. He scored what was a questionable call to play the puck. I would have liked to see Mike Smith go out there and make the play if he was going for it, instead of backing off and trying to make the save right there, because that was kind of a stinky goaltending, puck handling play. But fair enough, Mike Smith does that. We know that's part of his game, and it's going to hurt us once in a while. So we're not too concerned. And again, the Oilers come back, battle all the time, so what was there to be concerned about? Not much. Problem is, usually when the Oilers got down, they'd get down and we'd come back in the next 2-3 minutes. However, tonight the problem was it took another 11 minutes and 29 seconds for the Oilers to respond, and it was in typical fashion. Again, the issue is it's becoming a very big pattern, and that's what the Oilers need to be scared of, is patterns that aren't exactly healthy or conducive to winning many games are starting to creep into their game. And again, like in that, as I said early on, it's as simple as bad puck management tonight was kind of a factor, right? Bad passes, bad blue line plays, bad everything overall, right? Containing the puck, playing the puck, every situation, there was some bad plays overall in the game. But in terms of a bad habit creeping into the Oilers game, is it takes a late chance on the power play to generate the offense they need to get going. And this is a very scary scenario of it, because it took all the way to the last 2.5 minutes of the third period to get that said power play, and James Neal gets his 8th goal of the NHL season. So he's got more than he had all of last year in Calgary in 63 games in only 6 games. So realistically a 10th of the time. Assisted by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who absolutely drooled that pass. Oh my goodness, that was so beautiful, that pass. Guys, that's why you have Nuge and Neal together, on the power play and together on the second line. And then you have Leon Draisaitl getting the secondary assist as well. Then you have Brandon Saad netting the empty netter only a minute and a half later. So guys, as I said, there's several factors as to why this Oilers team got sunk tonight. And you can say we got lucky with a post against Smith, 2 or 3 actually, I think, if I've got my math correct. And we hit the crossbar with Nuge. Kazian was robbed by the toe of Corey Crawford. And then there was plays within the plays, right? Josh Archibald missed over top of the net at one point on a pretty clear break. Darnell Nurse shot a puck on a 3-on-1 that could have easily been a goal. Well, okay, maybe that's where you look at this game going off the rails for the Oilers and resulting in a loss. The one thing I do have to say about Darnell Nurse is him turning around and making that play on the back end after getting burnt. He did get burned in this game pretty bad, but came back, and Mike Smith was able to make the weakest save in the world to be able to swallow up a puck. Like, guys, that shot was absolutely no contest, and Mike Smith made the save. No problem about it. I'm trying to just fit Zap up here to finish off this video. But realistically, right? Is any of this fixable? Oh, heck yeah. All of this for our Edmonton Oilers is fixable. And I think that's the best part about this, is we don't have to worry very much at all about any of this. This Oilers team is very well off compared to what we might have thought. That's the pitiful part. You know what? 5-game losing streak comes to an end. We lose one, not the prettiest loss, but everything is in there to learn from. And after a 5-game win streak where you learned a lot about the team already, is this coming in at an opportune time? That's the question. Is this almost too perfect of a loss not to take? But of course, I think the standard operating procedure would be that we should be very happy to be 6-0, but unfortunately we're 5-1-0. Now the quick standings check, because what you need to know here is, let's go over there, and good old sportsnet.ca should have my standings up to date right now. And standings right now, right there. With the division, the Oilers are atop the division, the Pacific Division, still 10 points on the season, guys. Fantastic. And guess what? The Colorado Avalanche, a perfect 5-0. They've got 10 points. Carolina's got 10 points. Boston and Buffalo. Boston has 10 and Buffalo has 11. So what that tells me, ladies and gentlemen, the Edmonton Oilers are still a top 5 team in the NHL following tonight's loss. So are we lost? No. Do we hope a streak the wrong way doesn't start? Let's go start a winning streak Wednesday against the Philadelphia Flyers. Guys, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. As always, I will catch you in the next one.